have a drink at my house?
I don't think so. I'm too tired. It's 4 o'clock in the morning.
So, meet around noon for a late brunch, then maybe we can go over.
We've been waiting for your money for 2 months. This is the last time before we really redesign your face.
Are you all right?
Rien ne va plus. Rien ne va plus. 16 rouges, père aimant. Faites vos jeux, messieurs. Faites vos jeux.
On the zero.
Sur le zéro.
Ah, you're here.
You're losing a lot of money, Susie.
Shove it.
17, impair et noir.
Man. Go get me some more chips. I want to play 17.
They won't give me any more. They want cash, Susie.
You know how to handle it. Just get the chips.
You owe them a bundle already. They want cash now. No more of your promises.
Tony, go speak to the manager.
Jules? I need to speak to Monsieur Mellet.
And so?
He said he'd pay in 2 or 3 days.
You take care of it, but don't make too much noise about it. Come in.
Miss Cummings is at it again.
How much does she belong?
2 million francs.
Is Tony Cilento still with us? Go. You stay here. Bring them in.
Faites vos jeux. Faites vos jeux, messieurs.
Monsieur Miller wants to see you in his office.
14 rouges. Père aimant. Faites vos jeux. Faites vos jeux, s'il vous plaît.
$2 million francs is a lot of money.
That's my problem.
It's my problem, too. You want me to tell you just exactly how much your bank account is overdrawn as of Monday?
How dare you? I own jewels worth 7 times that amount, monsieur. Don't you want to keep it as proof of my debt?
Why should I need proof, Miss Cummings? You're a famous actress. Your word is enough. I'm sure you'll pay. And if you should forget, we'll be in touch with you.
I'll get you those jewels. Don't worry about it, Miller.
Come and go with a while, come and see what I can do, baby. Cummings, you've been absent from the screen for 2 years now. Is it because there aren't any good parts?
There was a time when the choice wasn't mine. And now I can refuse what I don't like.
Rumor has it that you're financing your next film to be shot here in Nice. Is that true?
Partly. I've put some of the money in it. It's a wonderful project.
When do you start shooting?
My secretary knows.
In about a month, at the Victorine Studios. Can you tell us something about it?
It's a mystery story. A drama.
And the title?
Catch a Killer for now.
That's reminiscent of the title of another film, Hitchcock, if I'm not mistaken.
You're quite well informed, aren't you?
And Mr. Cilento will be your leading man, as always.
As always.
Is he the killer in the title?
No comment.
Mr. Cilento, can I ask you a few questions?
Nothing too personal.
Good, that means I can go. You can't go anywhere yet, Miss Cummings. I have 1,000 more questions to ask you.
Is this an interview or a third degree? It's always nice to know my fans are interested in me and what I'm doing. I owe a great deal to the media for that, but sometimes I feel the need for privacy.
There, to the right, just next to Susie's yacht.
Susie, huh? You two that close?
Well, you know, our boats are right next to each other.
And so you're on first-name terms, huh?
I wish. We're not on any terms at all. But once I did say hello to her, and she smiled at me.
You don't say.
I think she was drunk at the time. There, you can see real good.
You mean she's drunk again?
Not Susie, Madame Fernand. My boat.
Your boat?
Yeah, that one. Beautiful, huh?
You must be rich, Simon.
Sure, he's got a rich imagination.
Well, she's not actually my boat. She's a friend's. I take the tourists out and we split the profits between me and him. We're business partners, right?
She's so beautiful.
Damn right she is. I've thought more than once about... I mean, you know, there are only a few feet separating my bed from hers.
Watch your mouth, young man.
She's incredible. I know all her films by heart. I must have seen them all at least 3 times. Yeah, on TV. They're always showing her, no? What are you staring at?
Oh, nothing. Nothing. Just a grown man melting at the sight of a movie star, just as if he were a little kid.
Who's melting? What are you talking about, Fernand?
Professor, I get the idea Madame Fernand is jealous.
Of whom?
Of you.
Listen, Simon, you want the two of us to get along? Then don't ask a lot of questions, okay?
Sorry, Professor.
I pay a lot of money to stay around this hotel so that nobody bugs me. Unfortunately, I have to put up with her and you. Huh. I like to look at her. I like to look at pretty women, huh?
3 aces.
Full house.
Isn't this what they call 4 of a kind?
Oh.
Oh.
Keep on winning like that, and you won't need to give any more concerts.
I give concerts only for art.
Oh, no, Richard. Tomorrow night you will play only for me.
Cards?
2.
2. Missy. Nothing.
$2,000.
Not me.
3.
I'm out.
5.
Everything.
Okay. Diamond flush.
This is crazy, Susie. You can't keep on doing things like this. You can't.
You're right. I've had enough.
She can't even bluff. She threw away 60,000 francs, for Christ's sakes.
60,000 francs of mine, for Christ's sake.
You'd be doing yourself a favor if you stopped your drinking, baby.
Please stop, you ball breaker. Philippe, shall we dance?
With pleasure. May I have the honor?
Love to.
And the band begins to play. And they take me far away. What about me?
Stop, you bastard! Come back here!
Come on, let's get out of here.
It's Roland. He's dead.
What happened, Tony?
Sergeant.
Yes, Inspector.
Come over here a minute, please. Yes, that's fine. Go on board and have them wait for me.
Right away,
Come
sir.
over here.
Professor. Where am I?
You always dreamed about hopping on Susie Cummings' bed, and you made it. Not with her. Relax.
The thieves killed that poor guy.
Yeah, the steward is dead. And you came pretty close to a bad end yourself. There were jewels in this safe. Value 25 million francs. Guess who they were insured with?
Lloyd's International?
You got it. If it weren't for the dead body, this story would solve itself.
Will you be staying around here long, Miss Cummings?
I have to start a film in Nice in about 3 weeks.
I have to ask you not to leave Cannes without first informing me.
Of course, Inspector.
Don't you think Miss Cummings should be allowed to rest now?
Thank you, Philippe. I have no desire to rest.
It would do you good.
No, no, thank you. I think you should take Martha home. She must be exhausted.
Don't worry, dear.
We want to make sure you're not bothered unnecessarily.
Inspector.
Yes?
I have to sing in Nice this evening. Tomorrow in Marseille.
All right. Just make sure you always let us know where you are, if you don't mind.
Of course, certainly.
Well, Simon, you feel like answering a few questions?
Yeah, sure. Oh, I wish I could have been more help.
Poor Roland.
He was the steward here on board, right?
Roland did a bit of everything. He was very nice, and he was only 23. He'd been with me for 5 years, and I considered him part of the family. Could we go below where it's quieter? Mr. Clementi, will you be needing me anymore?
No, not at the moment, thank you.
This way.
What happened? How much can you remember?
I'd recognize one of them if I saw him again. Before the other guy hit me from behind, we fought for a few seconds. The deck light was in his face. I got a real good look at him. Square face, covered with freckles, red hair.
Well, I hope you feel up to coming over to the station. We'll try and make up an identity.
I'll come too if you don't mind, Lucas.
You'd still come, even if I minded.
Mr. Clementi.
Yes?
I too am insured by Lloyd's. I hope to have the pleasure of meeting you again.
Pleasure will be all mine, Monsieur Broussard.
Listen,
I'm gonna get Susie away from that reporter.
Lucas, just who is this Broussard?
This Broussard, he's the most important man in the region. Has a hand in everything. Tourist camps, hotels, real estate, garbage collection.
That's enough.
Jack, do me a favor. Don't make problems for me the way you always do.
What? You really think I'd make problems for a friend like you?
Yes.
Too thin. Too long. Her nose was more like a boxer's. Got her flattened and thicker eyebrows. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, that's real close. The jaw was a lot stronger. Hey, that's it. That's him.
Good. Print it, Charles. The usual procedure.
Right away, Inspector.
Where are you going, Jack?
I'll see you later. I have to make a couple of telephone calls.
It's when he plays mysterious like that. It gets on my nerves.
He knows it.
It'll require special care, Jack, because she's a special client. Did you see her on television? And you'll see this evening's newspapers. This robbery will be news worldwide, and so will we, I'm afraid. Find those jewels for me, Jack. Otherwise, this time, I'm afraid we'll have to pay without the usual delays. That's right, without the usual quibbles. And to make matters worse, we'll have to do it with our lips wreathed in smiles. Definitely.
I had a good look around the boat, Henry. She kept her jewels in a safe I could have opened with a toothpick. Did you know that?
Yes, Jack. Miss Cummings paid a high premium, but she wanted to take them with her on her cruise to wear them whenever she liked. And she swore that only she knew about the existence of the safe. These film people are all rather eccentric, don't you agree? But they're admired by millions. What can I say? One runs certain risks having clients like that, but it's good publicity.
Well, we all know that you pay for publicity, huh? Henry, we're lucky. Miss Cummings is our next-door neighbor here. Say, Henry, what are the terms of our agreement? If I manage to make contact, I mean, come up with the stolen merchandise that you want, are the repurchase terms the same as they always are?
Well, that's better than nothing. Keep me informed.
Will do. Take it easy, Hank.
Same to you, Jacob.
Bye-bye. Let's go.
Where to?
To the movies.
The movies? What about dinner?
Come on, let's go.
Victorine Studios, Côte d'Azur. Will you at least tell me what we've come to see?
A recent adventure epic with Susie Cummings and Tony Cilento. You're going to see a big fight. It's very interesting.
That's Tony Cilento.
Right.
That's him. That other guy's the thief. That's why you brought me here to see this movie, right? You knew.
Okay, Simon. Just stay calm. I didn't tell you anything because I wanted a spontaneous reaction. You're absolutely sure?
I certainly am. That's the guy. I won't forget that face for as long as I live. Now what do we do, Professor?
Well, you go tell Lucas.
Huh? Why me? What are you gonna do?
Nothing.
Why can't I come with you? And can't we just tell Lucas on the phone?
No.
Hey, Marcel, when does all the action start?
Shut up.
Well, I'm
I'm getting out.
You're not going anywhere.
Oh, for Christ's sake. I didn't come here to watch you pace the floor and get drunk. It's just been boring.
Shut up, you're being paid. Shit, they should have been here 10 minutes ago. Here, try this. It'll make you feel better.
The only thing would improve my frame of mind is winning the national lottery.
Ah, well. All right, hurry.
Marcel Libert?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Elaine Dupre, I was just passing by.
While your friend passes away, huh?
You broke my arm, you bastard!
I'll do the other one if you try to run away. And now, we have to have a little talk. I recognized him as soon as I saw the identikit. Then I learned all about him from the Actors Union. Marcel Libert, 43. One of the best-known stuntmen in the film industry. Tony Cilento worked with him for a long time before he became a star. They were good friends. After he made it big, Tony made sure there was always a part for him. As for the rest of it, I picked it up in the police records. Convictions for robbery and for drugs. In my opinion, he sold them and he used them.
How long had you known him?
I only met him last night. Honest. I had nothing to do with this. I told you.
Elaine, that's enough. Cut the bull. When did he receive the phone call?
I don't know. Around midnight, maybe a little earlier.
What exactly was said?
I think they told him to disappear.
What else?
And then he started screaming that without money he wasn't going anywhere. So they told him to sit tight and they'd bring him some.
And then they sent some bullets around instead of the bread.
Listen, Jack. Do me a favor. From now on, don't do anything without first informing me. First, not later. First. You understand the meaning of the word?
Come on, Eve. I didn't know if I was on the right track. Anyway, I sent Simon to you.
You sent him so you could get here first. Did you at least find out what you wanted to know before they blew him away?
Ask the pretty girl. I didn't get a thing.
Is he giving you money to confirm this?
Money? What money, Inspector? I didn't get a cent off anyone. They even killed my client. Now who's going to pay me for my time, huh?
Ask Mr. Clemente if he'll insure you.
Why not? We insure dancers' legs, singers' voices. I'll have to ask about hookers. Goodbye.
Professor, there comes your breakfast. Ooh.
You like them?
Are you kidding?
Take your time. Which one of them do you like in particular?
Oh, Professor, how did you manage to remember that it's my birthday tomorrow? Oh, Professor, you absolutely mustn't go to any trouble for me. They're gorgeous. They must be terribly...
Fernand.
They must be terribly expensive.
Yes, they're very expensive. These are the jewels that belong to Miss Susie Cummings. They're the stolen jewels.
Oh. How stupid of me. For a moment I thought... I'm sorry, Professor.
Fernand.
Yes?
Is it really your birthday tomorrow?
Well, I might have missed by about a month.
Yes?
Is that you, Jack?
Ah, yes, Henry, it's me.
Ah, I presume you're hard at work, aren't you?
Of course.
Excellent. Have you managed to do anything about recovering the jewels?
Not yet. I've got the photos in front of me here.
Jack, let's make this quick. Miss Cummings called me this morning. She asked me how long it will take us to repay her. What shall I do? Give the order to pay?
No, wait.
Jack, the woman's too well known. I can't drag it out much longer unless you give me a valid reason.
The little man says wait.
Little man? What little man?
In a famous detective movie, there's an insurance agent who has a little man inside.
Inside what? Himself?
Yeah. And the little man always helps to get him out of all the bad things.
Jack, I asked you for a valid reason.
It'd be better if you went to the movies more often.
Jack.
Goodbye, Henry. My tan, Jack Clementi.
Well, what a coincidence. I was just going to call you.
Then you have what I've been looking for.
But your insurance buddies are going to have to pay a little something. Chicken feed for them. 500,000, that's all. No, wait a minute. Look, they'll be saving 25 million. You figure it out. No, not tonight. I can't, Jack. Tomorrow morning at 9, here. You remember where I live? Perfect. And don't forget to bring the lava in cash. Hello, it's Martin. You remember that little deal we concluded 3 months ago? Well, I've been thinking about it since yesterday, and I'm scared. I might accidentally tell someone about it and...
Forget it, Martin.
1 million francs would help me forget. Now, in cash. You've got all day to think about it. I want it tonight. 8 o'clock tomorrow morning is too late. Here, I'll be waiting for you.
finally happened. I got to a corpse before you.
I didn't fire a shot. Feel free to check it out. I'd like to know why you knew about this corpse.
How did you know about it?
I had an appointment, didn't you?
Someone told me you had an appointment.
Who?
A phone call.
Ah, anonymous, huh?
And you guessed it.
Can you give me the time of this phone call?
No. Did the information have something to do with the Cummings jewels?
Probably.
I'd say definitely. He just didn't have time to give it to you.
He was dead when I got here.
How can we be sure that he didn't have time to tell you anything?
Oh, I'm sure. Aren't you?
What is that?
I know for an honest police officer like yourself, it's unlikely you'd ever see anything like this. But you should at least know what it is. It's money. The price for Matan's information.
Jack, let's pretend these questions aren't coming from me, but from the district attorney.
Oh, yes, Mr. District Attorney. Martin was already dead when I arrived.
At 9 o'clock. But what about 4 o'clock?
4 o'clock?
Yes, 4 o'clock. I questioned the doorman of the building across the street. Poor man suffers from insomnia.
That's not a problem. With a couple of francs, he can buy all the sleep he wants in any drugstore.
Hilarious. But at 4 o'clock this morning, the guy says he saw two men leave this building. One of them was of average height. The other one was a 6'6" giant.
Prévert thinks the description matches you and Simon perfectly. Don't you agree?
And does he say I did it? So as to save the 500,000 francs?
Or the jewels.
Or the jewels, naturally.
The magistrate might wonder if you have an alibi for 4 o'clock this morning. I bet you don't.
You win a bet. I slept alone.
Hand the gun and the money over to Prévert.
Are you going to arrest me now?
I did ask you not to create problems for me.
Don't worry. I'd do the same if I were you.
You're supposed to read it first.
I did.
Fast.
Mm-hmm.
Anything I can do for you?
Yes, a large cell with a nice view of the sea.
Inspector Lucas. Very well. I'll take care of it immediately. You can collect your things and leave, Jack.
What do you mean?
Well, you have a guardian angel. One phone call got you into trouble, and another one got you out of it.
I haven't got a guardian angel. Sometimes I think I've gone to the devil.
Meaning me?
I don't know what I meant.
Jack.
Yeah?
I sent for Tony Cilento. I want to ask him a few questions about his friendship with Ribert. You want to sit in?
No, got better things to do. Bye.
May I offer you a ride somewhere, Mr. Clementi?
Yeah, why not?
Get in, then.
Yeah.
Where to?
Rue de Bouchier. I left the car there, thanks.
Paul, Rue de Bouchier.
Bien, monsieur.
This is really a coincidence. Don't you agree, Monsieur Broussard?
I'm not so sure. I went to the police station to ask Lucas for news.
Without your timely intervention, I'd be locked in jail for at least 24 hours. Why did you help me?
To be honest with you, I've been wanting to have a word with you for some time. Since the start of this sad affair. I'm glad you're on the case. Your talent is well known, Jack. Do you mind if I use your first name?
Well, of course, only if I can call you Philippe.
I consider this city my home. In a certain way, I feel responsible for what happened to our guest. You're no doubt aware that Susie, Miss Cummings, is going through a moment of professional crisis. I used my influence to get the financing for her latest film, but it wasn't easy. Jack, the robbery was a heavy blow for her. I hope that in the light of recent developments, there's nothing that's going to crop up and get in the way.
Of what?
A fast settlement of the insurance policy.
I'm afraid that's just a little premature. It depends on the official inquiry. Why don't you talk to Lucas?
You're quite right about that. Forgive me, my feeling for Susie and my wish to help her have made me indiscreet.
Well, I understand you perfectly. I like Susie, too, as an actress. Oh, stop here, please. This is it. I can't thank you enough.
My pleasure. See you soon.
You can count on it.
Anyway, after that terrible accident, his hands just didn't have the same strength in them. And he lost his grip. Seems one of his broken bones didn't knit well.
Did you do anything to help him, Mr. Joint?
Well, I could.
Which means?
You know how things are, Inspector. Marcel thought just because he was a friend, he could ask for anything. No matter what I did for him, it was never enough. And then, using the excuse of his disability, which still caused him pain, he started on drugs. Morphine, heroin. And much to my regret, he stole. I broke off contact with him.
Think he resented you for that?
Certainly. He was a full-on mess, convinced that everyone was against him.
How could Vibert have known about the safe?
Well, he came on a cruise with us a few years ago. He might have seen Susie open it.
Well, Mr. Cilento, I'm sorry to have taken up your time. Now, if you'll just sign your statement, mere formality, I'll have you driven back.
Inspector?
Juliet.
Yes, madame.
Do me a favor. Drive over to Tony's house. He should have been here by now, or at least called. He's probably still in bed and unplugged the phone. Wake him up.
Yes, madame.
If he's not there, find out where he is. Ask the concierge. As soon as you know, call me, okay? Go on, hurry.
Yes, madame.
Captain,
Yes, ma'am.
do you know where Mr. Cilento is?
No, I'm sorry.
Madame.
Are you still here? What is it?
Excuse me, Miss Cummings, but it's very important that I talk with you in private, please.
Of course. Please, Juliet. Please, sit down.
Thank you.
What's happened, Mr. Clementi?
This is the last place I want to be right now, Miss Cummings. The jewels weren't in the safe the night of the robbery. You'd already sold them, right?
I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Clementi.
I'm getting the idea your life is a disaster. You do everything you can to make yourself a risk. Constantly turning up late for work. And then you have another very expensive vice, gambling. You often lose more than you're able to afford. As a result, you're forced to hang out in the lowest of the low-life gambling places. Because the official casinos no longer accept your bets.
How dare you poke your nose into my...
You haven't worked in 2 years. Now you come back to pay those that you owe money to. Money you don't have. And you don't have any credit either. So you and Tony Cilento got together and thought up this robbery of jewelry that you never possessed.
No, it's not true.
The 25 million that you would get from the insurance would certainly take care of all your problems.
No. No, no.
Please don't. I know you're lying.
What is it?
It's pretty much self-explanatory. A receipt from the pawn shop where one of the stolen jewels, namely the diamond filigree necklace, was put in hock 3 months ago by a certain Martin, a jeweler of dubious reputation. A fence. He was murdered last night.
Excuse me. Yes, Juliet. What is it? Thank you. It's Tony. 2 police officers took him away this morning. He's been arrested. It's true. The jewels weren't here. But the robbery, I knew nothing about it. I swear it. I swear it. I realized the jewels were gone about 2 weeks ago when I lost a lot of money gambling.
How much?
Almost 5 million francs. It's my business.
Well, it's not your business now, I'm afraid.
I would have paid with my jewels.
Jewels you no longer had.
Tony took them without telling me. I was desperate. Those people were threatening me.
What people?
The ones where I lost the money gambling.
Do you know their names?
No, I don't. I think one was called Albert or Andre.
Go on.
Tony told me not to worry. He said the jewels were needed as a guarantee. He said I'd get them back. He said he would handle everything with the casino owners. How could I have known that he was going to fake a robbery and defraud the insurance company? I didn't find out until he'd done it. And poor Roland was dead.
Why didn't you report it to the police?
Tony would have sworn that we planned it together to help me. He said no one would believe that I was innocent. He was right, wasn't he? Do you believe me?
I'd like to. I really want to believe you. But you have to get some proof instead of emotional reactions. You're too facile with your emotions. Everybody knows what you've done with them. You won an Oscar.
Please, let me have the insurance money. Give me a chance to pay off my gambling debts. After that, I'll do whatever I can to help you. I promise. I beg you.
Not a chance.
I'll give you part of the money.
You're making things worse.
You're condemning me to death. You know that. There's no doubt I could be murdered.
The police will protect you.
Susie! Hey, you've been crying.
I thought you'd been arrested.
Arrested? Where the hell did you ever come up with... I get it. Nah, Inspector Lucas just wanted to ask me a few questions, that's all. What did you tell her? Listen, Clemente. I'm beginning to get the feeling that you're overstepping your authority. I'm gonna have a word with Miss Cummings' attorneys, and then your company will hear from them.
Tony!
This is the best acting you can do, Cilento. You better hang on to your day job.
What did you tell him?
He has proof.
Proof? What proof?
He's got a receipt from the pawn shop where Martin deposited my necklace.
That son of a bitch. Susie! Where you going? Susie! Open the door. Please. I'm sorry. I lost my head. Open the door.
Go away. Leave me alone.
Christ, damn that Martin. It's only the necklace. I didn't sell Martin anything else. Susie! We'll tell the insurance company that you paid an old debt with it and you completely forgot. That Clemente doesn't have a leg to stand on. Susie, please, listen to me.
Stop it. Tony, stop it. I can't take it anymore.
Don't you want to tell Winterbottom the good news? That we saved him 25 million francs? What are we waiting for? She confessed.
Confessed. And she can deny everything she pleases. And she confessed to what? To being the victim of blackmail. No, double blackmail.
What's the difference? The robbery was a fake. Lloyd's doesn't pay, the case is closed.
Did you say something?
Yes, I was saying that
What about Susie Cummings? Is the case closed for her, too? Don't we want to know whether or not what she said is the truth? Is she accomplice or victim? It's of some importance. Or am I wrong?
Yeah, well, you're right, of course.
And I think about what if somebody wants to kill her? That's our problem, too.
Are you talking to me, or aren't you? Do you really want to know what I think, or don't you?
Of course not.
Over and out. This is the planet Earth calling the star Sirius. Do you read me, Sirius? I offer refreshing drink. Well, should I call Winterbottom in London?
Shh. Come here.
But isn't that... Shh. He'll kill her.
Shut up.
Come on. Move. Where's your car?
Over there.
Okay, come on. Get in. I'll drive. Give me the key. Hurry up.
Here.
There's nothing for you to be afraid of, you little whore. We're gonna become good friends. What are you doing?
The key.
Give me that thing. Ah, so, if we didn't pay you off, You were going to use this against Susie Cummings. And maybe take it to the police.
No.
Are you sure there are no other copies of this?
It's the only copy I made.
Careful, bitch. If you try to rip me off, I'll...
No, believe me. I don't want the money anymore, Mr. Chilanto. Please. I made a mistake.
Are you kidding? I always pay for a favor. Don't be afraid. You again.
Yeah, hand over that tape. Quick, get the cassette. The yacht doesn't answer. Let's go.
What about the tape?
It'll dry in the way. Come on.
You've got to stop that insurance man, Miller. And that little whore. Her name's Mazel. Mariel Mazel.
And just what do you expect us to do?
I'm warning you. If I end up in jail, I'm not going alone. And you won't see a penny. So move it.
Okay, Chilinto, relax. You sure you deep six the tape?
I think so. I'm not sure. I couldn't stop and check, for Christ's sakes.
Where are you now? Shit. Miller.
What is it?
Oh, we have a problem.
What kind?
There's a tape that proves the robbery was a fake. It belongs to a certain Mariel Mazel, a reporter with a local paper who tried using it for blackmail.
Well, what does Tony Chilanto have to say about it?
Salento didn't get it. He's a ruined man.
Listen, Miller, what it all boils down to is that you were stupid enough to trust an amateur.
They couldn't pay. If I hadn't helped him, we would have lost the works.
We would have. The boss says I better remind you of the rules. Whether or not the insurance pays, you're responsible for every cent Susie Cummings owes us.
But...
Let me suggest that you get rid of all traces that connect you with the jewel robbery. And do it fast.
Go. You stay with Alphonse. I might need the two of you later. So don't move from here, huh?
Right, boss.
Is Miss Cummings here?
No, she left a while ago.
You know where she went?
No, sorry.
What a bummer.
Hello, Professor.
Where's Susie?
Well, she appeared on deck, and just like that, she got into a car and...
Where were you?
I tried following her, but I
said, where were you?
In the shower.
I might have known since you're all wet.
So you have.
Miller.
You were lying when you came to me with the story that that bitch had stolen them. You had them all the time.
Wait, Miller, wait!
You had the jewels, and for keeping your ass out of trouble, I was going to get just a small cut of the insurance money. Aren't you a little greedy, Tony? And now you're making a run for it.
Hey, I was coming over to see you.
Sure you were. You're a real buddy. You really think I believe you?
The necklace, okay. It's the only thing missing, Miller. It's the only thing. Look, they're worth over 20 million francs. We can split it 50-50, okay? All right, better still. 2/3 you, 1/3 me. 1/3, that's enough for me. Okay, take them all. Take everything, I don't want anything. All right.
What a guy.
Miller, you gotta stop that cop, Miller. Clemente, he's the one you gotta get to.
Clemente?
Yeah.
I never thought of that. You've been a pal.
Tony! Tony! Oh!
Quiet.
What do we do about her?
Take her to the boss. Let him decide.
Where are we going?
To the police. Come on, stop that sniffling. You're alive. You should be laughing.
Thank you, I know. How long do you think they'll give me?
Depends on what I tell them.
Are you going to help me?
Now listen, young lady, you gotta pay for what you did. If you cooperate when I testify, I'll keep it in mind.
Just tell me what you want me to do and I'll do it.
Keep on drawing the tape.
All right. Anyway, I told you what's on it. Proof that the two of them together faked that robbery.
I know. But I want to hear it with my own ears, everything. Got that?
Ah, Jack, I'm going to Tony Cilento's place. He's dead.
Give me the tape. I'm going with Lucas.
He kills himself. She disappears. It all adds up.
Unless she was the one who thought up this little suicide scene. It would be one way of getting rid of an awkward accomplice. The dead can't defend themselves.
Well, why should she run too, instead of staying here to corroborate the killing, Prever?
Anyway, suicide or not, it looks to me like the case is closed.
I've been hearing the case is closed from everyone all day long.
You don't think it is?
The man who committed this suicide didn't know that Tony Cilento was left-handed.
Left-handed? I didn't know that either.
Susie Cummings did. She knew it perfectly well. Goodbye, gentlemen. Now, I want you to tell me everything. Understand?
It was the morning after the robbery. You were already there, Mr. Clementi, on the yacht. Miss Cummings and I went down to one of the cabins to tape the interview.
Rector is very young.
I could tell she was very excited about the project, and I thought I'd get a good article. But we had barely started when Tony Cilento walked in.
Of shooting for the first part.
Would you get your buns out of here, lady, and make it snappy? I have to speak to Susie.
Mr. Cilento, I happen to be working.
Just a moment, Tony.
Are you deaf? Now get out. Or do I gotta write it out for you?
Tony, stop it!
Shut up, Susie.
He was beside himself. I didn't know what to do. I stood outside in the corridor there, just waiting. My tape recorder was inside. It belonged to the television studio. If I'd lost it, they would have made me pay for it. They're not cheap.
Then what happened?
I stayed there for several minutes. 5, 10, I don't remember. Miss Cummings, can we finish the interview?
Some other time, Marielle. Please excuse me.
Two hours later, I was back in the studio checking out the tapes of the previous interviews, and I heard it. I couldn't believe my luck. The scoop of a lifetime, I said to myself. And then I started thinking.
That it'd pay you better than a job in television.
I've been a fool.
You got that right. Let's listen.
Tony, you can't treat people like that. Shut up!
Christ. That idiot. The one who lives on the boat over there. He knows who the robbers are.
Oh, my God. If they find them, they'll tell them the safe was empty and the jewels weren't there.
No, they won't say a word. And anyway, they'll never find them.
How do you know? How can you be so sure?
Don't you worry your pretty head. I know. I'm sure. Please.
Oh, I get it. It was you. You organized the whole thing. You caused Roland's death. It's as though you killed him with your own hands.
You better say that the jewelry was there. Okay? You got that? If you're thinking of ripping me off, I'll kill you. You're dead, lady.
Just like I said, right?
And more, it proves that Susie Cummings didn't lie to me. Right now, I'm afraid she's in great danger. Tony's dead. No great loss. But we still got a chance to save her. Now listen, you're a washout as a blackmailer. How do you think you do as a reporter? Do you have any idea where the gambling den is that Susie frequented?
It's behind a bar, Go-Go's bar.
Go-Go's bar. Who runs it?
I only talked to one of the bouncers. I went there with my micron, a camera
Okay. Tell me later on. Go directly to Inspector Lucas and tell him what you told me Exactly what you told me, remember, okay?
Okay.
Sorry, friend. You're a little early. Place hasn't opened yet.
Yeah, guess what? It's never going to. Where's Susie Cummings? Inspector Lucas, please. Jack Clementi. Eve, it's Jack. I'm at Gogo's bar. I had a little discussion with a couple of friends here. Come on over, will you? Thanks. Go, Gordier. Hey, is this your wallet, pal? That Foreign Legion.
Some eyes are trying to tell me I'll never see another day. It's gonna be my darkest sunrise goes tomorrow's slip away. Whenever I feel down and out, there's a light above the skyline.
Bonjour, Monsieur Clementi.
Good morning.
I'm Monsieur Broussard's secretary. Come this way, please. Paul, l'auto de Monsieur.
Starshine rainbow, though my troubles disappear like bubbles, opening my mind. The starshine rainbow, outshining daylight. Starshine rainbow, oh let it grow, reaching up for me.
Very good of you to see me on such short notice. Thank you.
no problem at all. Please sit down.
Thank you.
Would you like a drink?
No, thanks.
This Cilento business is awful. It's caused me a great deal of anguish. I can't imagine where Susie might be.
Huh. Well, I was hoping you'd be able to help me find her.
I'm very worried, Jack.
Well, there's another reason for my being here, Philippe.
I'm all ears.
The police are inclined to believe the theory that Susie and Tony Cilento planned the phony robbery together and then lost their heads after that poor steward's death. And after committing the first crime, they committed the other two.
Cilento, perhaps, but Susie, a killer? I refuse to believe it. The police must be out of their minds.
I don't know. It's possible they're not out of their minds.
I don't understand.
So they're trying to protect someone.
Incredible. Who are these scoundrels? Can you tell me, Jack?
Not yet. I still have to find them, but I soon will. I came across evidence that connects prostitution, illegal gambling, and drugs with individuals in high places.
Politicians?
Politicians and a lot of their friends. And here's where I need your help. To persuade the Marseille police to get involved. They wouldn't listen to me, and I can't trust anyone here.
I think I can help you. I know Marignon, the prefect, very well. I'll call him immediately. Come inside.
Thank you.
After you. Make yourself right at home.
I always do.
Hello?
Hello, this is Philippe Boussard calling. May I speak to His Excellency the Prefect?
In that case, let me speak to Monsieur Brioche, please. Auguste, how are you? Glad to hear it. Listen, there's a dear friend of mine I'd like you to help. I can't go into details of the phone, but I'm sending him to see you. It's a Monsieur Jacques Clementi.
Do you think you can get there in a couple of hours? 2 hours, more or less. Of course, I appreciate it. Thanks, goodbye.
Thank you, Philippe. You've been very kind.
No, Jack, not at all. As a matter of fact, let me thank you for giving me this opportunity to clean up our act. Could you excuse me for a minute?
Of course.
Pour yourself a drink. Bar's over there.
Thank you.
Getting him to swallow this stuff isn't easy.
Did you hear him? That man is dangerous. He must be eliminated before he has a chance to talk to anyone. And it must be done cleanly, far from here.
It's as good as done, Philippe.
Excuse me, boss. I've taken care of it. He won't get more than 5 or 6 kilometers.
You have to speed things up, Martha.
Heroin would be faster.
But she isn't a drug addict. She's just a drunk. Everyone knows that. It would seem suspicious.
There's always a first time for everything. They'll think she was driven to it by the death of her lover and her financial problems. Booze wasn't enough for her.
Have it done by tonight.
Get the syringe ready, Andre.
Thanks again, Phil.
I take you there myself, Jack, but I'm expecting some people. As soon as I've taken care of this thing, I'll be at your complete disposal.
I can only say that I appreciate your trust in me.
I like to think I'm a good judge of character. I know an honest man when I see one.
Thanks again. Oh, I almost forgot. By any chance, do you know Alphonse Calmette or Georges Gaudier, alias Gogo, or Louis Miller?
Never heard of them.
That's curious.
Why? Should I know them?
Possibly, considering you're in this photograph, and so are they. One of my colleagues spent a few days in Paris in the military records. It's all very interesting. 2nd Platoon, 3rd Company in the Legion's glorious paratroop battalion. Do you remember that, Phil, old buddy? You were the officer in charge.
Of course I remember the Legion. You could have saved your colleague a lot of trouble if you'd come to me first. But remembering all those men, it was 20 years ago. I can't possibly remember all the men under my command.
Those same men have all been living here in Cannes for years.
Really? Along with about 100,000 other people. I can't keep up with everyone.
What a pity. They're very interesting people. Meller runs an illegal gambling den. And Gaudier and Calmette, they killed Vibert, and then Roland, and then Martin the Fence, and maybe Tony Cilento.
You mean to tell me that these killers served in the Legion under my command 20 years ago? Are you saying that I should feel responsible for their actions now?
Alphonse told all, Monsieur Broussard.
Now I understand. You came here to play games with me, Monsieur Clemente, haven't you? Well, take your useless photographs and get out of here. You've played and lost. What do you think? What do you think you're doing? Release me immediately, you dirty little snooper! Help! Help! Jules! André! Help! Help! Stop, you idiot, before it's too late. The brakes don't work.
I know the brakes don't work. You broke the brakes.
You know, you're completely insane.
Not completely, Monsieur Broussard. Not completely. I'll throw myself out and save my neck. I used to teach trick driving for the police academy. Maybe you didn't know that. Anyway, your chances aren't as good as mine. You're handcuffed. Too bad. If you talk, I'll give you the key. Where's Susie Cummings? You've got 2 minutes. Where have you got Susie Cummings? 1 minute, Phil, baby. No! Got 30 seconds to tell me where Miss Cummings is.
All right. She's at the villa. The key. Give me the key. The key, for God's sakes, you promised.
You're too trusting, Broussard. That could be a problem.
You're a madman. A lunatic. What are you doing? Give me the key.
That first step is a bitch. Very slowly now, get out. Here's the key. No sudden moves, huh? It's a long way down, Philly.
Don't be nervous. Very good. It's probably better if you don't look down. Okay. Did you get that last bit?
I sure did.
You heard it all, huh?
Every word.
Don't waste any time. Make sure you get here real fast. Okay?
We're practically there.
She alive?
Yes, she's alive. Thank God. Hey, you cut yourself shaving?
Monsieur Cornetti. Thank you.
Take it easy. It's all over.
Yes.
Court's in session. All rise. Bring in the accused.
Has the jury reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
Upon careful examination of the evidence, does the jury find the defendant innocent or guilty?
Our verdict is unanimous. Guilty.
Stop!
How was it?
Fantastic, my dear. Print the last two.
I'm sorry that we lost the case.
Hey, Jack. What's the next scene? Set it up over there.
Set that light over there. That's right there. Yeah, that's it.
Hey.
I'm glad that you could come.
I'm glad you invited me. There's something you wanted to tell me?
Without you, Jack, I wouldn't have acted this scene. I would have lived it for real. I would like to give you a kiss. May I?
Oh, there's really no need. Well, maybe it wasn't necessary, but it was awfully nice.
This is the first time I wanted to kiss a man who was playing hard to get.
Miss Cummings.
Coming.
Looks good. I'll just take the shine off.
Professor, I never expected a...
So I'm gorgeous. What can I do about it?